Hello everyone. Let me wrap it up this series because today I would like to finish my Pluto in Partners house series, and last but not least we have Pluto in Partners 11th house. If you are lucky enough and you have this position, then I have to congratulate you because this is quite easy, or let's say easygoing position. Obviously Pluto is malefic, and Pluto will to some degree still harm our relationships, or let's say transform. But we have to be, or we should definitely look at this particular position from, let's say, wider perspective. 11th house is house originally ruled by Aquarius, and especially if you are someone who doesn't have planets, like personal planets or any planets really, in 11th house in your birth chart, well, this can be fine, because you very naturally are not interested in 11th house topics. And if someone's Pluto comes there, from my practice, I can tell you that this is handleable. I mean, it is handleable under, let's say, any circumstances in this house. But if you are someone who has, like, I don't know, sun, moon there, and then someone's Pluto is coming to your 11th house, chances are that there will be conjunctions between your personal planets in that house and someone's Pluto, and that is indeed a different story, right? But overall, Pluto's energy in this house, let's say, is quite it's quite like Pluto lacks direction here, okay? Because Aquarius and its ruler Uranus, these are planets, or Uranus is planet which is detached, and we are really not considering like personal things in 11th house, because we are more likely attached to the whole, okay, to the whole society, to whole universe, or even to your whole town, but you really don't consider your personal needs here as much. So if someone's Pluto is coming here, Pluto can be actually quite confused in 11th house, because Pluto now has to transform something which is very detached, something which is very airy, and something which Pluto actually doesn't understand. That's why from my practice I can tell you that this position is handleable, because Pluto can actually transform, even your friendships, or the way you perceive some, I don't know, political groups or things like that. But really that impact is minor, okay? Minor in comparison to some different houses which are very much felt in any way, like 1st house, 12th house, 7th house, 4th house, 10th house. These are houses that can be really tough if someone's Pluto is there. But with 11th house, it's more like Pluto can actually act a little bit confused, because first they have to really find out, or Pluto person has to find out everything about your approach to society, people, and some groups. And sometimes you don't even know, sometimes if you are a person who is not particularly interested in these topics because they are not your personal themes, you will not know what is your opinion. So then indeed Pluto here is confused, because Pluto here doesn't know what to transform here, right? Pluto then can actually act a little bit, or start acting a little bit detached as well. That's why from my observations I can tell you Pluto doesn't have damaging effect if it happens to be in this house. Obviously, again, we have to consider whole birth chart, because even if my clients turn to me with, I don't know, Synastry reading, I always start with their birth charts. Birth chart is for me the most important, because I have to know who you are, even I have to know if you are relationship ready, or if you or your partner has capacity even to create healthy relationship in the first place, and only then I can start assessing your synastry. So this is how I work actually. So if you have any questions, you can book a private reading with me. I work via audio recording. It's very simple, to order from me. I am mainly relationship astrologer, but I can interpret any type of chart because I've been in this field for many years now, so I can make you predictions, personality horoscope, career and money horoscope, synastry obviously. It's called relationship horoscope, or I can prepare horoscope for your kid. I do need your birth time as well, but if you don't have your partner's birth time, when we are talking about synastry, that's okay too, because I can still tell you a lot even without knowing his birth time, because this can happen, right? Especially if we are just, fancy about someone, and then you turn to me and you just want to know if you would be like great match, but you don't have his birth time. Then I still can tell you a lot, like 80% of information I can tell you even without knowing his birth time. Okay, so this is just for clarification. So if you want to study astrology with me, I can offer you my advanced synastry and composite chart course, and also I have synastry Lilith course. Lilith, yes, next video definitely should be about Lilith, because Lilith, Black Moon Lilith, is that like bitch in us, it's that dark side. But what I can tell you from what I know is that Lilith can actually be even more harmful than Pluto, okay? Because I am still able to see a lot of beneficial things about Pluto, even with difficult contacts, or even when it comes to transits. You can learn a lot and you can pretty much become a better person, but to this day I was not able to find some really like rational meaning behind Lilith, because not every time, Lilith will make you a better person or give you lessons. Sometimes Lilith will just destroy you, and that's the way it is. But one of the explanations would be that we are really living in a dual world, right? So without light, there would not be dark, without good people, there would not be like bad people, etc. So it's like we are dependent on these polar opposites, and this is my explanation why Lilith is here, even though I really love to find meaning about or behind everything. Okay guys, so this was my analysis of the Pluto being in the 11th house. I don't have my personal experiences with Pluto being there, but when I read like synastry and someone's Pluto is in someone's 11th house, I know immediately that this will not be the team, right? That this will not be their team, this will not be the problem of the relationship, because that's how it works, right? But if someone is hitting your first house by their Pluto, or your 12th house, this can be difficult, and I really have to point out on it in synastry reading, because even when I read the synastry chart, I am not able to tell you everything, right? Because I could talk on and on like for 3 hours about your synastry, but what we have to say is really what is the most important, because only the most important things will tell you if this relationship actually has chance to survive. Okay, so yeah, this is also the answer why I don't work with asteroids and things like that. I just don't, because I don't find it important, okay? Because these are very, very minor things, and you know, you would not consider those because you simply don't feel it in your relationships, because what you feel is are aspects that have, you know, the lesser degree, the more you feel it, and if it's square, you feel it, okay? But you really don't feel asteroids. This is just my interpretation, and this is just what I know from practice, okay? Even if sometimes I'm even asked to predict like the future of the relationship, transits do work well on composite chart, okay? We can definitely predict what will happen in this relationship, but there is that one condition that you guys have to be in touch first, or you have to have some sort of relationship going on right now, okay? Because composite chart is artificial chart, and if two individuals, you know, haven't spoken to each other like for 20 years, transits will not tell you a lot, okay? Okay, even if you want, I can read your tarot cards, because I'm also a tarot reader, so you can definitely read everything what is important and how to book a reading or buy my courses in the description